welcome to this video. On this one we're going to be fitting a decat mid pipe to the S1000RR, and this will range from 2020 to 2023-24 when the changeover happened. What we're going to be removing, these are the two catalysts on the exhaust, so we're going to be removing that and removing this big silencer box as well. Then hopefully the new exhaust that we bought will tie into the Acra, so we can still utilise that. So to take the exhaust off, I think there's loads of videos nowadays, but we're going to remove the lower fairings first of all, remove the upper fairings, do that on both sides, and that will get us access to the front end of the bike. So to remove the fairings, simply remove these Torx, which are a T25. I'll show you where the other ones are. So if we look up on the side here, there's one there, and one up inside there as well. I'll get a light so it's a wee bit better as well. You can just see them there. So we're going to remove these all the way around the inner fairing as well. So let's get you set up, get some action going. Really need to invest in a bike lift, I think. And the downside is it's just a single garage. It's pretty small. Right, so that's a lower one. Anything else underneath? Nope. Nope, I think that just pulls out there. Right, let's get these ones in here. Might have to get a ratchet for these ones. Put that one there for the inside. What else do I have? Just the final one that's up there. I'm going to need a ratchet for that one. Put the ratchet into there. You can see it's just right where the black bit joins the coloured bit. So that's that off. And basically just walk it out. You'll see just down here there's a bit that it just walks out, just in a small clip right there. So that's the bottom bit off. Look at that. Put that over here for now. Right, let's see, this top bit should just be the same. There is one under there. Let's get that beast out. Same again, Torx 25 on all the screws. It's got a small shoulder on it, that one. And so there's that one beside it, so that's good. The two are both the same, so they can't go wrong. What else do we have? The ones up inside there, you can see them on the other side. So I'm going to put this down and get the ones done too. Do them with the ratchet. Just hope we've got enough room to actually drop the exhaust down. That's my only concern just now, but hopefully, if not, I'll nip to the workshop and pick up the paddock stands. never tell if these have been off before, but these bikes do get used on the track quite a bit. I'm usually quite lazy with these and do them with the gun, but today we'll go all manual. Samuel. Right, so what have we got here? What's stopping us from coming off? Let's get a light. Have a wee look. Alright, yep, it's just on a popper here. Popper, and then pull back the weight. And job is done. Everything looks good on this. So I'm going to get the other side off. No point recording it because it's just the exact same as taking this side off. And we'll come back in once it's off. On with the lazy tools. Let's see what we need. We've got the coolant bottle just to allow it to move. Put the bolt back in so we know where it came from. Right, what else can we do over here? Let's get an extension onto that. What I'm doing here is just removing the bolts that hold the top of the radiator in, these ones here. Just removing them, get them out of the way. Maybe today. So there for the radiator. Let's get the one at the other side. Hopefully we can get in from here. Yep, there we go. You can see everything moving. Everything's moving, looking good. Let's grab that one. Put that up there. Right, what's next? You can see that it's on a bracket down here. That's the one that goes into the block, so let's try and get into that. So these are all the same, and that was a T30. Hopefully that focuses, T30. Let's get that bit off. Just get in with the small ratchet to this one. Everything starts getting a bit tight in here. Could do just a tiny extension if I've got one. Oh yeah! But that's going to take a while to get out. It's one of them that you've got to do 1,000 turns because you just can't get into it. Just to get that bracket off and get her out the way. Once it's started, it's quite easy going. Hopefully we can back that out by hand now. Right. Bracket off. Right. Let's get back under here now that the fan's out the way. It's definitely giving us more room. But can we get the socket in there with the ratchet? Yeah. Taking everything off of that, well, everything that we can gain access to. Pretty good so far. It's pretty good so far. That's 4 out of the 8. Make that 5 out of 8. Six. 7. 8. So that's it. 8 out of 8, it's off. I think the next bit that we have to do the other thing that holds it up is this bolt right here. I'm not sure if that goes right through or if it's two separate, but we will disconnect it from this side, and after that everything else is looking good. So that once again looks like a big Torx, that looks like a 40, something along the line, so let's get that off. So, does a 40 fit? 40 does fit. I think it's a wee bit slack in there, but we'll see. Should be super tight anyway. Does come out, but then it fills the bloody stem that it's on, but I think that'll be fine when it all drops back the way. Looks good. Let's go and check the other side. Right, so we have disconnected the lambda sensors. So 2 sensors that go in the exhaust. This one here, disconnected the plugs at the front, we'll take them out with a 22mm after we're done. We've just pulled the bolt that goes through the back here, just down at the, see the arse end it there. So we've taken that out. What else have we done? We've taken all the manifold nuts off, all 8, pushed the radiator forward to give us plenty of room. We're just going to jam a bit of cardboard down the face of that for when we're taking it off. Disconnected the oil cooler as well, just to give it a wee bit movement. And now we're just going to disconnect that, disconnect the exhaust, take the exhaust off, and then we should be able to drop the full system. Let's get it done. Right, so we have disconnected the lambda sensors. Those 2 sensors that go in the exhaust. This one here, disconnected the plugs at the front, we'll take them out with a 22mm after we're done. We've just pulled the bolt that goes through the back here, just down at the, just see the arse end out there. So we've taken that out. What else have we done? We've taken all the manifold nuts off, all 8. Pushed the radiator forward to give us plenty of room. We're just going to jam a bit of cardboard down the face of that for when we're taking it off. Disconnected the oil cooler as well, just to give it a wee bit movement. And now we're just going to disconnect that, disconnect the exhaust, take the exhaust off, and then we should be able to drop the full system. Let's get it done. Accra quality, second to none. Right, so the rear can will now walk off, just like that. And you know, we always want to start it when we've got the exhaust like that, but let's not spoil it. So put that somewhere safe. Then the whole lot's moving now. Whoop! Small inserted bush there. Put that back there just to keep it nice and safe. What else do we need to take off? Right, so I can see 2 what looks to be 8 or 10mm dowels that goes onto that bracket. You can only get the bracket so far because it hits off that, so let's remove that one at that side. I think it's an 8 or a 10. Take one number 8, take one number 10. Take one long adjustable. Down there. And it looks like it's the exhaust onto the actual rear frame itself. So it is a number 8. Do we need to do that? Can we lift that exhaust up and over? Can we lift that exhaust up and over? Or are we just pissing in the wind? Yeah. That's the sound of pissing in the wind. Let's get an 8mm stubby and take the C bracket off. Right, so 8mm on it. Ugh. Jeez, just tight. I wonder if this new exhaust's got the bracket on it. Wait until you see the new exhaust. It's a work of art. Well, maybe in a nursery. But right, hopefully everything doesn't just fall down. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, it's got Loctite on that bolt that goes through as well. Let's put Loctite back on it when it goes together. So now it should hopefully come out. Well, there's only one way to find out. Oh, she's tight. Boom, 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 boom. And just like that, so many hours later, the exhaust is off. So that's the cats here. O2 sensors. Might not have to take them off actually. I'm going to tell you what we've bought. Nothing fancy. Why? Because I'm cheap, and what we're going to fit is an AliExpress special. So grab your popcorn and let's try and fit this thing. Yep, here we go. The finest Chinesium metal known to man. And if we lie that on top of that, roughly, I don't know if that bracket will fit. But anyway, if we lay that on top of that, you can see exactly where you've got to cut. I might just cut a wee bit further back to begin with. You know what to say. Measure once. In this case, cut maybe 3 or 4 times. But we're better probably having too much than too little, and we can keep cutting off. So, yep. If this doesn't work out, we have a welder. We have a TIG welder, and I can manage to get by welding stainless steel. So, I think this might actually work. Surprised. Let's go. Okay, back on the operating table. I think we're going to chop it here, just after that weld actually. Chop it there, and that'll give us plenty if we need to take more off. So what we're looking for overall is to have the output at the same place and the bracket in the same place. It's better. So what we're going to use is the Sawzall, whatever thing, Milwaukee blade, safety specs, and let's let rip. You ready? Numero 1. Right, let's just set that up there and just watch, because that'll fall away, that top end. that way. What we're left with is that mess. So I'm going to go off camera and just drill this stuff out. It's just like a honeycomb. We'll get that drilled out so we can open that right up all the way to the join here, and we'll pop back in and show you once it's done. Goodbye! This is it after the cat internals have been knocked out. We're just going to show you how to put it all together. Right, so I think, let's see, can be quite tight. It is an oval, so squeezing it in as you go. And this one, a lot easier. I had to change camera there, so the audio might be different. We've got the exhaust pipes as such mounted on. I think the best thing to probably do would be to mount this on the bike and see where it sits before we put the exhaust bands around, because they might have to sit a certain way. So we'll offer this up on the bike. It's the same again, just slowly putting it in. Got to fight against a few of these pipes. Get that up a wee bit further. Remember, watch all the sensors that are up there as well. It's very close to the knock sensors on the block. Right. Let's see how close everything will sit. Just trying to get one of these started. There we go. Number 3 gasket fell out, cylinder number 3, so we'll pop that back in as well. But it looks a lot cleaner underneath instead of that big daft silencer that was there. I'm just going to put these in, just basically catching and no more. You can see the sensors here, still got to go into the exhaust. And this is the look of the exhaust that's never going to fit properly. We had big massive gaps around where the clamps go, the ovals to the cats, which will pop up in the next picture. But unfortunately we had to clean all this up, mark it, take it off the bike and TIG weld it. So I'll let the next pictures do the talking. This is the gaps that you can see that we're on about, where it's meant to clamp up. There's no chance. And these are a few shots of it all welded. Welding's not the best, it's not the worst. It's all TIG welded with 304 filler. This is a small video of it back on the bike and all welded up. And on to the startup. that's it, just coming off cold start now. The revs have dropped ever so slightly. Sounds lovely.